I'm going to go over a little bit about the transmission mount that I decided to use. This is the stock Subaru 6-speed transmission mount, and I was initially planning on just using this and attaching the transmission, making some kind of bracket that goes into here, but Todd from Subaru Gears informed me that this was made to be on the rear end of the transmission, so when you're in acceleration, this pad was made to be under compression, and that helps with the transmission mount. So with the transmission reversed, this pad would probably just rip off of the thing, and there wouldn't be anything to keep the transmission from going up versus going down in a regular Subaru. So what I ended up doing is just getting a chisel and hammering off this this bushing right here, taking off this whole separate bottom metal piece right here, which you can see right here. And I plan on eventually cutting this piece off on both sides and welding a piece that goes directly from here straight up into the stock Syncro transmission mounts, which is where the large bushings are, the large round bushings. But until I do that, I've had to use an L bracket here and here as well to get the right height and length and everything away from the actual transmission mount itself. So until I do that, this is what my transmission mount will look like. I'm happy with it. It's pretty sturdy and it gets the job done. It will allow me to work out all the bugs as I'm driving around before I make a final transmission mount. So I also modified the driver's side little bracket that the bushing goes on, which I will show you now. So I made a few extras. I haven't finished this one yet. This is not being used at the moment, but this would normally have 3 holes in it, the same as over here. But what I did, I had to modify this bracket because the way that this mounted onto the frame of the Syncro, it interfered with the 6-speed transmission right where the cable shift was going to be moving. So you can see it's kind of an offset height. So what I did is I just kind of, with some cardboard, figured out where I needed the opening for the bushing to be, and just simply kind of modified that. So that's actually why this mount and this mount are at different heights, is because this just comes straight out and the stock Syncro ones are actually a little bit offset from the frame. The passenger side is a lot different than the driver's side, so this is just the driver's side. The passenger side stock mount works just fine. You don't have to do anything to it, but the driver's side you have to modify it in a special way. So this, along with the transmission mount, got the transmission exactly where I wanted it, and was able to center the shaft for the drive shaft to attach to perfectly, which is what I was hoping to do. Here's what my modified bushing bracket looks like when it's installed. You can see it's pretty close to where the shift linkage attaches and moves. So before, the stock bracket was kind of in the way of this shift linkage right here. So here is the reduced throw by 30% piece. This is where the normal counterweight shift piece would be. I will post the link in the description of this video of where to get this. I believe it was like $80 or $90, I don't remember exactly. Initially I was planning on just cutting off the large counterweight in the front right here, so it wouldn't hit the cross member, otherwise it would be hitting the cross member. But decided to go with a 30% shorter throw. Here's where the shift cables are attached to it. This piece has a little cotter pin style thing. The Subaru shift cables easily mount into, there's a little kind of C opening both right here and right up there, and these little clips you just simply slide in the shift cable right here, and then you stick these pins and these little clips in the shoulder. There's a shoulder all the way around, and these little clips just simply with pressure hold the cables where they need to be.